Okay. It's getting a bit dim actually. 2 seconds ago it was like it was much brighter. I don't think there's any clouds in the sky. I think hard to tell when you're laying flat on your back laying up at the sky. Laying on that bed over there I was. But I've just had my sweets after the 2 roux burgers that were fantastic. I made a pig of myself. I had this stuff. Poor man's vanilla flavoured rice cream in a tin. Made in Belgium, can you believe it? Oh well. Yeah, that was okay. Here we go again. It's morning. There's the transport trolley over there for taking us home with the different coloured wheels. Yeah, I had a good night and slept really well. I did have my pillow up the other end, but when the moon came up, why did I change it? No, I changed directions, that's right. So when the moon came up, I could lay there and watch the moon. But it was like a truck with big spotlights coming through the bush. I had to hide under the lid of the thing. Otherwise it was like daylight. It was full moon. But yeah, the trees where I am, when the wind went through, the trees. I had one tree that you could make out faces in the trees, and when the wind blew through, it was, there's the sun coming up over here in the trees. Oh, you can see that. It just picks it up, the camera. Yeah. Anyway, it's cold, and last night I took my shirt off and put my wind cheater on to keep the mosquitoes from biting my arms. And this morning I've got up and I'm that cold that I went over here and took my wind cheater off and put my shirt on, and then my wind cheater back over the top of it, so I'd have a double layer, so it'd be a little bit warmer because it's cold. Just in the wind cheater. And I picked up where I had the shirt laying on here. As soon as I put the shirt on, I could smell the ants. You know, we're on a fairly steep hill here. When I go home, when I load everything back into the transport buggy, and we go home, it's all downhill from here. I tell you, it was yesterday by the time I got up here, I was sweating. I'll tell you. Okay, so down here through the camp, and it's all just the bush. And I'm going to put the kettle on and make the morning's coffee. Out there. Over there. Probably needs a bit more water. Enough for a cup. Alright, I've got my water storage unit here somewhere. There it is. Okay. this one-handed because... Oh, come on, brother. Oh, no. That'd be cool. Now, open my eyes itself. That is so simple to use. Yeah, I took that with me. I did my trip. There we go. Turn it right up. Yeah, pump it. Whoop. It's hot on the handle, but that's alright. Lift it up with your bandana. Whoa, shit. That's what happened there. That might be the wind. March flies buzzing around. See this hatchet over here? That hatchet went with me and Shelled on the Harley to Tasmania. Graham, a friend of mine, gave me that years ago in Boulder. It was in his house. In the head of it. And yeah, I took that with me on my trip to Sydney. On the Triumph as well. So it went across on the Triumph and it went across 30 years earlier on the Harley. Something like that. And now it's with us today. There we go with that water. Funny how you get sentimental about your tools and things, you know. Yeah. I am looking out the side a little bit for the wind. Oh, West Australian bush. Southwest. Little place called Mungalup, where I live. I'm about a kilometre from my house. Oop, the leg dropped off. Okay, what I was sort of thinking about, or really was, lightening my load when I come next time, or doing it better. You can always do it better. And think about the stuff that I've used and stuff that I've needed. I've used that spork. That's been really good. Here's the March flies. Look at, there's one there. Let me tell you. Bastards. Alright. Yeah, and okay. Look at the holes in this wind cheater, I'll tell you. Very tempted to throw it out. But for today. I'm using it so I can pick the cup up. Oh shit, yeah, I normally put the milk in first. Oh well, hope we can steam the lens up. There we go. Ta-da! Coffee! Lovely cuppa. And fridges and the milk's in the fridge over here. Look at this fridge. Hey Larry. Box of cow. Haven't actually had as many cuppas as I was planning. But, still early. I woke up by the time I got out of the sack, and which I don't mind telling you, I'd rolled over, and the zip was around at my back, and I wanted to sleep on my left side anyway, and I had trouble getting out of the sleeping bag. I didn't zip it out. I just slipped out of this, like it was slipping out of a sock, and then then I got to the zip. Yeah, and by the time when I got up and turned the phone on to find out the time, it was 6:57 or something, so nearly 7 o'clock. So, and it was cold, and some parrots flew over, 5 parrots. When where I am here, there's a tree with a bit of deadwood in the top of it. This is it here, see? Up there. And there was some screeching and that going on from up there. The sun's right there. That's it. I got my cuppa. Come up here to the little seat. In the log there. Oh, that feels good. Look in the camp. I've got got my coffee here. Sit back here and enjoy the quiet. Silence is golden. Here's a crow. heard me and he's coming to see. Look, he's up there in the tree. Those smart buggers, that crows. There he goes. Boy. Ah! Oh, now he knows I'm here. He'll come down and steal my food. Giving myself away. Where am I going? Be more discreet in the bush. Always sharpening his beak. He's going to attack me. Where are you, Crow? There he is. Oh, Mark's fly's attacking me. Oh, what happened? Oh, it's called him one of his buddies. Here he comes. Oh, get that. Oh, he's flying over. Landed in the tree behind him. What an experience. It's great, isn't it? Nature. Oh, well, I've slung a bit of a tarp up down here and moved the bed over a little bit. I've checked my water supply and you know, this could be training for a survival situation where you need to depend on your resources. You can't just go into the fridge or out to the tap and turn more water on because you just don't have it. Forgot what you're carrying with you. So I'm not, it's not a panicky thing, it's just, you know, when my water runs out I've got to go home, put it that way. I don't think I'll stay here tonight again. I've had a couple of those oaty bars that I like them, they're good. They're oaty bars and chocolate. My coffee that I had this morning was just, see, I've used Aussie straps. Aussie straps, you don't have to worry about the tension of the rope because the Aussie straps will give you that tension. And I've got a little bit of string around there on that bit there, and again Aussie straps on the corner. Yeah, that's plenty enough. That holds it up. And I've done a bit of a fancy, all of these knots across here. Look, I've done them all. A kind of a, when you do your shoelaces up and then you do a double knot. I cut some pieces about 300mm long, like a foot long. Cut about 7 of them. So, you know, the job's up there. It's my shelter. It's got to be good. So, I haven't had any more encounters with birds. Those crows were those crows were great. Yeah, I'm going to sit back here on my bed, my seat, lay back there and have a bit of a think about stuff, and just listen to the the March flies. No, I wish I had my little bird whistler with me. I'll bring that. That's what I need to do. And I've written down some stuff, you know, just my feelings about what I've used. I've used this thing here, this saw. I used that a couple of times. Look at that, where I've cut that stump off. It's a bit sticking up. Look at that, how the wood jar is still, it's red, you know, after in there. I saw that there was a bit sticking up there, and so I've sawed it off. I've used that a couple of times. I have a folding blade Coglin's knife. Couldn't find that, so that came. This I bought at a garage sale in Perth. I used that. That's my trench. That's my bury your poop shovel. That's had its first run. You needed to know that, didn't you? No, we're good looking down there at the camp. Downhill it is. Now they've been looking down there with me tarp spread out and a bit of shade. I'm set. I'm set for the day. Oh, that's right, I got my book here. My bird spotters book. Strangely, it's a log book. Now I'm going to fill that out. This is how much I've used it. We've got one entry in there from when I first got the book. From look, 1st of the 12th, 09, and it was Rick and Shell and Mungalup all day. See, and that's what we saw. A list of birds. So I've got to sit down and write that. My bird log. Little tradie. Hope you're getting it. Stops you getting lonely. There's me camp. It's coming up to 12 o'clock. I'm going to try and get home about 3 o'clock. So if I pack up 2 hours time, pack up at 2. If I get home by 3, then I left at 3, so it'll be a 24-hour excursion. Too easy. I'm a very calculated person, aren't I? Been having fun. Yeah, well, the shade is actually being thrown back where the bed was. I moved the bed, but that's where the bed was last night. It was more this way. There's a butterfly buzzing around here. Just down on the ground. Wind's blowing a bit around up there. A gentle zephyr. Big old dead tree over the back there. Could be anything landing in that. I have got my monocular on the little periscope bird spotter thing there, but I haven't used it. Butterfly again, there's a falling leaf. Looks like a butterfly. tree behind us. Back to earth, baby. Bit of an unusual bug, if you can see that, rolling along there. Looks like a little bee sort of thing. Alright. There we go. Log line there on the ground. Right here. Here's a bit of this tree will be on the ground soon, you know. What happens there? Look how far it's leaning over. But if I come up, that tree will fall over soon. Shame about that. Look, here's the level of the ground, and we're facing steeply downhill. That really is downhill that way. Right. There's the camp over there. There's a tree somewhere. Camo tarp. And here's this tree, this poor tree, that's growing. Look how the angle the other trees are growing. This thing's growing over and up like that. You know, that's going to fall. They'll fall down. Next big wind, or it's a big tree. There'll be a lot of wood in that. It's got a gnarly bit in there. Jarrah burl. Look at this bugger here behind us for a tree. It goes up and up and up there somewhere. Just the top there. That is a big tree. Quite a big tree. That's sort of surviving. There's a group of jarrahs that have sprung up together. We'll go over and have a look. Oh, there's that pole. I did think that you could make a camp under here, but then looking at that big tree next to us and looking up, there's a couple of bloody branches that could just break off in the night and come down and kill you. So, yeah, these are copiced by themselves. It looks like it's just grown up like 5 of them on the one stump down there. So extraordinary bit of nature. I did wander up here. There's the camp down there. There's another big old tree behind us. Look, up there, he's leaning over. The top of them sticks out higher than the rest of the trees. They get belted by the wind, and it kills them. That helps to kill them, because the canopy of the trees has been lowered because of the forestry that was done before. That one would have never been taken years ago. But that would have been a bad example. They would have found a better one than that. That's been left behind. That's why they die. They get up above what's left in the bush canopy. So you have to hide all that stuff, and then you come round and the top of that one's sticking out. You know? Even this one here, when you look up, yeah, maybe have another look at our group of 5 trees growing together. Sun's there. And the little half-made Humpty Campy, throw a tarp over that and sleep under there, but the overhanging dead limb that could fall on you, I wouldn't put it there. Going away all happy. 5 girls, we say there, are there, or 5 brothers. I don't know, who knows? They're just trees. Oh, there's an old dead rotten log there. There's a trail through here. Well, I can see on the ground there it looks like a path that the roos use, the roo roads, and you can follow them along. So they may come to a place like this, up here where the ground's all bare. That would be where they might sleep, or they might come and gather. And then there'll be other little roo roads, like a little tracks that are going off between those bits there where they come through. Just my observations. I could be wrong. Over here. Oops. The big trees have been cut down here. On the left, big stump here. That trees have cut it down, no one's used it. And then over here, this is a prime. See what happens though, well, they might have cut some of it out of it. Look at the size of that stump. I mean, it's my boot on my foot. You give them an idea how big that stuff is. It's pretty big. It'll be like 5 foot across those points there. And then, that's been left behind. I would come up and hit that with a block with it and take it home and burn that. It's still good enough. We'd burn it at my place. Look, and then here, had too much shit in the middle, see? Too much dry rot, so they've cut it down, found it's got dry rot in it, and they're not even taking it. And the one behind it too, look, that's a jar, see? Makes you wonder what the jar behind it, if you could get up here with a wheelbarrow, you know, and just carry it out to the roads, down there. There's a track down there that I crossed over, car track. Look at that, see? Big trees. Crazy. Oh well. And the stumps were really sound. They wouldn't have fallen over for a long time, these trees, because they weren't like burnt out at the base, is what happens to a lot of them. Every year they have another spring burn or fire through there. But, yeah, that's the bush. That's what's got left behind. An old stump. It's a big tree. Oh. Here we go, campers. Made the coffee. We've got the beans in the mug. Oh, we got me stir it up with this so that I better hang on. I don't like the burn. I'll turn it off.